to our project video for scientific translation. We will share our journey for creating the material about working conditions of translators and interpreters in Indonesia. Here is the timeline for our project.
What is translators and interpreters? According to Fitria, a translator is a professional who converts written text from one language to another while preserving meaning, clarity, and context. Translators must have strong writing skills, cultural knowledge, and subject expertise. Meanwhile, according to Riccardi, an interpreter translates spoken language in real time, often in high-pressure environments like courts or conference. Interpreters must process and deliver message quickly and accurately without relying on writing tools. Although both roles are crucial in cross-language communication, interpreters in Indonesia often face more challenging working conditions. And for the working condition in Indonesia, according to various studies, interpreters in Indonesia work under difficult physical conditions, such as poor lighting, lack of equipment, and inadequate seating in formal settings like courtrooms. Emotionally, according to Dinar, they may experience high stress when interpreting sensitive or traumatic content, especially in legal or medical contexts. Financially, according to Bhakti, interpreters are often underpaid and treated as freelancers without proper recognition of their skills and training. Compared to countries like Japan or Australia, Indonesia still lacks sufficient support for these professionals.
Type of freelancer and contemporary. A contemporary or contemporary translator or interpreter refers to a modern professional. Contemporary interpreter is a professional who facilitates real-time verbal communication between speakers of different languages, especially in online environments like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet. A contemporary translator is a language professional who specializes in written translation and adapt to the current digital era by utilizing various online tools and platforms. They often work as a freelancer or in remote setups, promoting their services through online platforms. In-house translator or interpreter or agency or government or media. An in-house translator or interpreter is a professional employee full-time or part-time within an organization, such as a translation agency, government body, or media company. They follow structured procedures like translating, editing, and proofreading, and are part of a team under established quality control and financial system.
Workload expectations. Translators and interpreters carry different but equally demanding workloads. Translators handle written text such as legal, technical, or medical documents and often perform additional tasks like editing, proofreading, and rewriting. They rely on tools like CAT or computer-assisted translation, software to meet tight deadlines efficiently. In contrast, interpreters work in real time, delivering spontaneous or consecutive interpretation in high-pressure settings like courts or conferences. This requires intense concentration, quick thinking, and multitasking to process and deliver speech nearly instantly. Both roles come with high expectation from clients and employers. Accuracy is crucial. Any errors can lead to serious miscommunication.
We also provide the real case or real example from Isaac Morin and the Tangguh LNG project from Papua. Isaac Morin worked as a translator and interpreter in the Tangguh LNG project, a major natural gas initiative in Papua involving global companies and local communities. his tasks, including translating legal documents and interpreting during sensitive land negotiations. He also rewrote poorly structured texts and managed emotionally intense discussions. Maureen was expected to be accurate, neutral, and culturally aware, while also helping maintain good relations between both parties, often acting as a mediator in a conflict-prone setting.
In Indonesia, the income and compensation for translators and interpreters vary based on factors such as experience, specialization, location, and employment time. Freelance or in-house. For the translators, freelance or in-house. Many translators work as freelancers, though some are employed in-house by multinational companies, publishers, or government institutions. The income, freelance translators are usually paid per word, per page, or per project. Average rate 30 until 150 rupiah per word, depending on complexity and specialization. Legal, technical, or medical texts usually demand higher range. Sworn translator earn more, usually 150 rupiah until 300 rupiah per page of official documents. In-house translators' monthly salary range from 4 million rupiah to 10 million rupiah, depending on the company and experience. Additional compensation. Freelancers rarely get benefits, but in-house translators may receive health insurance or BPJS, meal or transport allowances, and project bonuses. For interpreters, work type. Most interpreters work freelance based on event-based contracts, such as international seminars, conferences, course sessions, or business meetings. The income, usually paid per hour or per day. General interpreting, 500 until 1 million rupiah per hour. Simultaneous or technical or legal interpreting, 2 million rupiah until 5 million rupiah per day. Court interpreting or interpreting for VIPs or international clients may earn even more.
Next is job security and benefit for translator and interpreters in Indonesia. The first one is the impact on translator and interpreters, because many translator and interpreters in Indonesia work as a freelance or with short-term contract. This means they often don't have a written job contract. Because of that, they usually don't get benefit like health insurance from the companies they work with. And also because they are not permanent workers, they often cannot join government programs like BPJS Ketenagakerjaan and BPJS Kesehatan. Workers who have a formal contract, earn at least minimum wage, are members of worker union, have worked for at least 5 years and work more than 40 hours a week, are more likely to get health insurance from their employer. The second is the benefit and social security in Indonesia. Based on labor laws, workers with formal contract should get this benefit. The first one is BPJS Kesehatan, which is national health insurance that all formal workers must have. And the second is BPJS Ketenagakerjaan, includes work accident insurance, retirement saving, pension, and death benefits. And the third is paid annual leave, or at least 12 days after 1 year of work. Next is sick leave and maternity leave, with salary paid according to the rules. And the last one is severance pay, or given when a worker is let go based on how long they work and the reason. But freelancer, like many translator and interpreters, usually don't get this benefit unless they register and pay for them by themselves as an individual participant.
In Indonesia, translators and interpreters can pursue various training programs and certifications to enhance their professional qualifications. These pathways are essential for those aiming to work in legal, medical, business, or academic settings. For translators,
First, educational background. Translators usually have an academic background in language studies, for example, English literature, linguistics, or translation. However, many also come from other fields but possess strong foreign language skills. Second one, additional training. Many translators take professional training programs such as certified translators courses, workshops on using CAP, which computer-assisted translations, tools like STL, Trados, Memo, etc. And last is specialized terminology training, legal, medical, and technical. And the last one is professional certification. Several organizations offer official certification such as Himpunan Penerjemah Indonesia, HPI, provides a national certification test, and Ministry of Law and Human Rights. To become a sworn translator, one must pass a special test and be officially sworn in. For interpreters, first, educational background. Like translators, interpreters typically hold degrees in language or communication. However, oral communication skills are crucial since interpreters work in real time. Second one is specialized training. Interpreters require intensive training because listening, processing, and delivering information quickly is essential. Training includes simultaneous interpreting, consecutive interpreting, and mastering specific terminology, speech speed, and memory techniques. And last one is certification. Certification for interpreters is not as common as for translators, but some institutions like LBI UI, International Language Institute of the University of Indonesia, or AIIC, International Association of Conference Interpreters, offer relevant credentials.
A few challenges that interpreters and translators often face while working in Indonesia is first, linguistic diversity and cultural differences. Given that there are more than several languages spoken in Indonesia, interpreters and translators working there encounter several challenges. Due to variation in phonology, verb forms, and pronouns, the English and Indonesian languages' grammar and structures create difficulties with interpretation. Second is cultural nuances and idiomatic expressions. It takes profound cultural knowledge, in addition to language skills, to translate cultural aspects like humor, sarcasm, and idioms. Since these elements might not have direct parallels in the target language, interpreters frequently struggle to accurately explain them. Third is psychological and cognitive pressure. Handling things like complicated topic matter, fast speech delivery, and strange accents. Anxiety and cognitive stress brought on these circumstances may affect the interpretation's performance. The fourth is machine translation limitations. Despite their growing use, machine translation programs frequently struggle to handle casual idioms and cultural context. For instance, using machine translation for academic purposes presents challenges for Indonesian professors who do not speak English because these systems might not follow correct translation guidelines. And the fifth, interpreting non-native English speakers. Working with non-native English speakers who utilize poor grammar or have a little vocabulary can be challenging for interpreters. In this situation, interpreters must accurately handle ambiguous speech patterns.